So let's just take a look at some of the other Office 365 apps. So whenever we go into OneNote, we can create a new notebook and give that notebook a name. Now again, OneNote by itself is a personal notebook. So I'm just going to call this my personal notebook. And in my personal notebook, I might want to create sections for different things. Okay, so it says my notebook is empty, got it. So I can create different sections, which are essentially chapters or information that is divided out. Okay, so I might call this section 1. Again, I'm not being very imaginative here with the titling, but you'll get the idea. Section 2, section 3. I'm going to do 5 sections just to demonstrate a few other bits and pieces. Okay, so the first point to note is that section 1 and 2 are currently yellow, section 3 is pink, section 4 and 5 are green. And as I change between the different sections, my page colours also change. You can change your section colour to something different. So if I get 5 different colours there, would be good. And that just means then that as I change through my sections, my pages are also changing colour, so I know where I am at any point in time. So in that section 1, you always have your first page by default, but other pages can be added in. Etc, etc. Everything can be moved, so everything is liftable and shiftable. So whenever I go to section 2, there's no additional pages added in. I've only put them into section 1. So whenever I'm on my default page, if I click somewhere on my page, I can type up a message. If I click somewhere else on the page, I can type up something else. Okay, so that could have been an idea, it could have been a reminder, whatever the case may be. If I have a bunch of items in no particular sequence, what I can do is actually move them and put them into a sequence that helps me. Okay, so you can just get your ideas down essentially on paper, and then you can arrange items to suit yourself to make it more logical. On top of that, we can also insert images. So here I'm just going to ask for a picture from online, and we'll go with an apple. Okay, so there's a nice apple there, and insert, and you'll see that comes in. There we go. Again, that can be moved. If you click on the actual image of an apple, you get your little handles and you can resize that larger or smaller. Again, for accessibility purposes, do think about adding alt text. And your alt text is basically a wee quick description of what that image happens to be. So if you share your notebook with somebody who needs to use a screen reader, the screen reader will basically tell the person what that image is. So in the insert, we can insert files, pictures, audio, symbols, math, etc. So if I click on audio and allow my microphone, I can record an audio message and just have that straight on my OneNote, so I don't need to type anything out. And then remember to stop your audio, and that will eventually show up here. So whenever that showed up, we can play that. Okay, so you can set yourself little reminders verbally rather than having to type things out. When I'm on the home page, there's another microphone, and whenever I click on dictate, you get that little chime, and this particular feature within OneNote will listen to what you are saying into the microphone and annotate that for you in text. and I've just closed it off there. So again, for dictation purposes, this is quite good. Now, it's not 100% accurate because this should say chime, but the rest of it was pretty good. Again, we can draw freehand, etc. We can erase as well. Okay, so there is an immersive reader, and this is quite good. So if I just go back to my draw for a second and back onto cursor, then into view an immersive reader. So in the immersive reader, I can just click play and it should read it out to me. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let me just get rid of this little box. If I go to reading and preferences, I can choose a different language. So if I go for, say, Spanish, and apply that to the document, you need to apply this. Once I've applied this, my English will turn into Spanish, and whenever I click on the play button, it also reads out in Spanish. Okay, so that's pretty neat. So I'm just going to put that back onto English and UK English. There we go, and apply that to my document. In terms of page color as well, if I just go back, it might be that this white background is just too much for some people, i.e. it's too glaring, it's hard on the eyes. So you might want to go to your page color and just change it to something different so that it's not as bright and that your eyes can cope a little bit better. You can make your text bigger sizes as well. Okay, so OneNote is really good for gathering your ideas, etc., as well as the accessibility side of things. So I was asked by a student recently, would OneNote be saved into OneDrive? And the answer to that is yes. So whenever we go back to OneDrive, and I go back up to the top of the stack, a notebooks folder has been created, and whenever I click in there, I get my personal notebook, and that is the one that I have been working on here. Okay, so I hope that you have found this session useful, and we did do a little demonstration there of OneNote whereby we added in sections and pages, we added in some text and moved different bits about to show you that you can organize your content. We inserted images and audio. Coincidentally, you can also put in video or links to videos that do exist online already. We also did a little bit of dictation, and I showed you the immersive reader where you can change from English to some of the other languages and have that read out to you in other languages as well. So I hope that you find this demonstration useful and that it helps you with your studies. Thank you.